silver, took a peep to see how long he could leave the water before it would boil, and stepped cautiously in the direction of the sound. A dozen paces beyond the bulwark of rocks he came upon a fairly well worn moose trail, surveying its direction from the top of a boulder. He made up his mind that the bear was dining on mountain ash berries where he saw one of the huge crimson splashes of the fruit 100 yards away. He went on quietly. Under the big ash tree there was no sign of a feast, recent or old. He proceeded, the trail turning almost at right angles from the ash tree, as if about to bury itself in the deeper forest. His exploratory instinct led him on for another 100 yards, when the trail swung once more to the left. He heard the soft trickling run of water among the rocks, and again a sound. But his mind did not associate the sound which he heard this time with the one made by the bear. It was not the breaking of a stick or the snapping of a brush. It was more a part of the musical water sound itself, a strange key struck once to interrupt the monotone of a rushing stream. Over a gray hogback of limestone Philip climbed to look down into a little valley of smooth washed boulders and age crumbled rock through which the stream picked its way. He descended to the white margin of sand and turned sharply to the right, where a little pool had formed at the base of a huge rock. And there he stopped, his heart in his throat, every fibre in his body charged with a sudden electrical thrill at what he beheld. For a moment he was powerless to move. He stood and stared. At the edge of the pool, 20 steps from him, was kneeling a woman. Her back was toward him, and in that moment she was as motionless as the rock that towered over her. Along with the rippling drone of the stream, without reason on his part, without time for thought, there leaped through his amazed brain the words of Jasper the Factor, and he knew that he was looking upon the miracle that makes God's country a white woman. The sun shone down upon her bare head. Over her slightly bent shoulders swept a glory of unbound hair that rippled to the sand. Black tresses, even velvety as the crow's wing, might have meant Cree or half breed. But this at which he stared, all that he saw of her, was the brown and gold of the autumnal tintings that had painted pictures for him that day. Slowly she raised her head, as if something had given her warning of a presence behind, and as she hesitated in that bird-like, listening pose, a breath of wind from the little valley stirred her hair in a shimmering veil that caught 100 fires of the sun. And then, as he crushed back his first impulse to cry out, to speak to her, she rose erect by the pool, her back still to him, and hidden to the hips in her glorious hair. Her movement revealed a towel partly spread out on the sand, and a comb, a brush, and a small toilet bag. Philip did not see these. She was turning, slowly scanning the rocks beyond the valley. Like a thing carven of stone he stood, still speechless, still staring, when she faced him. Chapter 2.